Okay, folks, good morning and welcome to Swing Trading Today. This is Bob Desmond, and it is 5:01 in the a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the 14th of October. Almost through, midway through October already. My God. Crazy. Good morning, WG Shocker. Top of the morning to you. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So one of the topics I wanted to talk about today was the PPP loan news. I don't know if anybody had an opportunity to watch. I can't believe I'm quoting a CNN interview, but I have to say that you give credit what credit's due. That Wolf Blitzer did a really, really good job of holding Nancy Pelosi's feet to the fire during this interview yesterday. Let me see if I can pop this. I can't play the video or else they'll block the video. Can I link to this? I'll try and link to this. If anybody's on Twitter, they can go to Twitter and watch it. I don't even think you need to be on Twitter. But I strongly suggest that you check out. It's not letting me put the video in. Ugh. Now I have to find it. Here we go. A very, very good job by Wolf Blitzer. And what's scary is that the speaker was extremely, extremely indignant. I mean, holier than thou. An incredible attitude on this woman. And it should really cast a doubt whether or not she's got the I'm not going to say mental capacity. I think she's probably pretty smart, but whether or not she's so stubborn and tough that she'll bend 1 inch to reach a deal ahead of the elections. So it's a must-watch interview, and I haven't said that in CNN in God knows how long. But it's a really powerful interview. So the PPP deal, questionable at current. We'll see what happens. Let's go to the pre-market futures. Oh, you watched it, WG? What was your take on the interview? All right, let's talk stocks. All right, so the dollar is about flat, was up, now down slightly. It had a good day yesterday. Yeah, right? Amazing. I agree. I was in total shock coming from CNN. Total shock. It seems as if Fox News is going to the left, and in this one singular instance, I heard that Jake Tapper had a interview similar, but it seems like in this one instance or maybe two instances, they moved a bit to the right. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're looking at their earnings and look at the NBA and they're saying, you know what, we better shift gears here. I won't be confident in CNN until Jeff Zucker is gone. S&P 500 E-minis. We are up just shy of a half percentage point. I expected on Monday evening, I put out a video about beware, we're probably going to get a pullback. We got the pullback yesterday, but it wasn't all that horrible. I have to admit it. We paused. Let's say that we paused at best. At worst, we were down slightly. Not a major move to the downside. Do we break out from here? Possible. Why am I on a 1-hour chart? Let's go to 4-hour charts. The test is always at the top. Do we break out above this upper band of resistance? Or do we fail and break down below this lower band of support? Now, if we break down below this lower band of support, meaning we take out yesterday's lows, I don't want to make this green, red. You're probably going to see some program selling because you would have a lower high from the prior high. Now we would have, on a new break to a new daily low, broken down to a new daily low. So you're starting to see pressure, the wrong direction of momentum. So beware on the S&P 500, the 3,500 mark. In fact, I'm going to create me an alert right here. Because that would signal a good point at which we want to look to add to shorts. And I wouldn't add to shorts until we did break. We had a continuation breakdown. Because while, yeah, we became overbought the other day, especially on the Qs. Let's go to the NASDAQ 100. All we need to do to resolve that overbought condition is trade sideways for a couple of days. And then we could easily break out. So we want to be realistic here. But on a longer-term basis, you know, I went over the chart yesterday. I'm not going to do it again today, but I went over it yesterday. Microsoft on a quarterly, yearly basis is a bubble in no uncertain terms. What's the largest component of the triple Qs of which we are short? Microsoft. Apple yesterday. Bad news out of China. What's the second largest component of the triple Qs? Apple. Now, this morning, the NASDAQ 100 slightly underperforming the overall NASDAQ. The overall S&P 500. Misspoke there. So, as we did earlier, I want to know when we break to a new daily low. Because given market conditions, I'm just going to label this QQQ for time's sake. I want to know if we break to new lows and given market conditions, should we add to our short positions? That being said, you know, if we break out, do we need to consider lightening up on our short position? What the heck is that? Sorry, folks. I got to find that. I have so many windows open.
Quality means something. Big job or small, you make sure things get done right. It's not a competition. It's just that you're not willing to settle. Not in your work, not in your hobbies.
Jesus Christ.
With your bourbon. Evan Williams, bourbon done right.
Oh, I know where it's coming from. God darn CNN. Audio spamming me. Oh, no, it's actually Zero Hedge. How dare they? They have no respect for the media. Okay. I love you, Zero Hedge. Okay, back to, they threw me off here. Okay. So the NASDAQ losing a little bit of steam here. The NASDAQ 100 anyway. A little bit of steam. Watch for a potential head and shoulders set up here, folks. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's on a 15-minute time frame, though, so let's keep that in mind, right? Very, very volatile. A lot can happen here. No guarantees. We have our alerts set where rules-based approach, I don't care what it does until one of these alerts fires off. Then we begin to reevaluate our positions. Do we add? Do we lighten up? And we did book profits yesterday on PRTS. Let's see what that's doing today. There's probably no bids yet. Yeah, nothing happening here. So we sold on strength. I was taking a little bit of risk off the table yesterday so that we didn't have too many longs to manage. So we booked profits, I think about 11% on this trade. What else do we have? OAN, WG, what's OAN? Maybe I'm just not knowing I don't know the acronym. Let's go to the small caps. One American News. Is that, I guess they're online, but you watch them on TV or, I've never heard of them. Where's my Russell? Here we go. We'll use the micros. What the heck? Let's go back to a 4-hour chart. I see. Gotcha. Verizon. Small caps are looking pretty good this morning. I must say. Looks like we're going to have a Bollinger Band squeeze. Look at how tight these are getting on a 4-hour basis. So small caps outperforming the NASDAQ 100 today. Let's take a look at bonds. Ten-year note moving up higher. That means yields are pulling back. We kind of anticipated this because when you take a look at a weekly chart of the 10-year, we gapped up higher last week. I figured that we would fill the gap this week, and it's certainly on its way to doing so. Remember, the bond market was closed on Monday, so it may take an extra day or so. Let's take a look at gold. It was up higher earlier. It bounced off of support last night, broke out overnight, had a really rough day yesterday, man. So I'm not ready to go adding more to our gold mining trade just yet. We're holding 1900. Let's see if we can hold above that mark for another. We're right there. I mean, right on the borderline. We really need to hold 1900. And this time of year, granted it's an election year, they're probably going to bid up gold in advance of the election. This is a rough time of year seasonally for gold. Crude prices. Energy did horrible yesterday, despite the fact you had oil up. I believe nat gas was up as well. And energy just took it on the chin. So this morning, we're up a little over a quarter percentage point on light sweet crude. It's good to see. Because we do have an energy position. Let's go down to silver. Silver, not much happening here. A quick peek at agriculture prices. The DBA, which is the Ag ETF, I went over it over the weekend. There's a video on YouTube that I posted. I'll see if I can link to it at the end of this one. And I think that we're nearing a very good buy point for the Ag ETF. Let's go to oats. They're up this morning, but still a bit weak in the macro view. Soybeans. Again, they've come off the highs, limping back up here. Do they put in a bear flag break, or do we break out? We'll leave off with wheat here. This will give me a good enough feel for where we're at. We're consolidating. So the DBA is definitely on the shopping list this week for being added as a long. Let's take some chart requests. Let's go through. We're going to use TrendSpider. Folks, we'll be using TrendSpider for stock chart requests. There's a link below, 35% discount off of all of their programs, their membership levels. 7-day free trial offer. It's included with our silver and gold level memberships, free. All right, let's go to the members area. I need to grab their symbols. LABU. I went over this one last night on Market Wrap, but we'll go over it again in greater detail. Now, LABU had a really, really great day yesterday. Let's go high level first. It looks as though we're on the verge of a major league breakout here on LABU. In fact, I shouldn't say on the verge of. We have broken out above major resistance. We've been waiting for this for many, many months. I drew this a long time ago, this resistance level at 65.04. We're now trading decisively above it. Now, the worry I have is there's always a however. And the however is, do we hold it? We have about 15 calendar days left to go in the month, a little bit more. So do we hold this? We've come a long way in the first 14. Do we hold it for the next 15, 16 days? That's the question. So we broke out. This is a weekly chart now. We broke out on a weekly basis last week. What we did this week is we pulled back, did a retest of the breakout point, and rallied off of it. Very, very good price action. Very good on a weekly time frame. Let's overlay some trend lines. Nothing really to worry about. Daily time frame. Automated trend lines. Do we pick up anything? Nothing really that TrendSpider is picking up. I will say that we do have resistance here. From back in July 18th of 2020, we had resistance at this level, 69.95. And we came within pennies of it yesterday. In fact, we overshot it and then pulled back off of it. So if you're going to buy it as a continuation move higher trade, a breakout trade, a momentum trade, wait for a new daily high, wait for a close above 69.95, or wait for a pullback to support. And that would be right here. And given what appears to be a rise in market volatility these past couple of days, don't be surprised. I mean, if you want volatility, LAB is your game. Great ETF to sell covered calls against. Really great. All right, so we have a long entry or add to existing. We'll keep it active for 5 days. In fact, I'm going to change this to a 1 hour. So that way I get notified. Ideally at that 3 p.m. hour. And we appear poised to close above resistance. So our alerts are set. There's nothing to do here until they fire off. You can see how I drew a trading range several months ago. And we have now broken out above it. So it looks as though LABU is a long, seasonality-wise. November is a very, going back, this is only 5 years worth of data. So let me preface what I'm about to say. Let me see if there's more data here. I doubt it. Let's see how much more data we can get on here. No, it's only 5 years worth of data. November, seasonally favorable. Up about 80% of the times. That drops off in December, so be forewarned, picks back up in January. Very, very volatile. But again, we're dealing with thin data, only 5 years, so therefore that contributes to the volatility. NVIDIA. JA, good morning. Massa 80. NVIDIA from Massa 80. You got it, brother. All right. The last time I looked at this on a monthly time frame, we were flashing a doji formation. That has since changed dramatically. And we have broken out on the month. Weekly time frame. We broke out on a weekly basis. This looks to be a buy. Here's your breakout. Stokes going in the right direction. RSI, daily chart. We broke out on Monday, Tuesday retest. It held. I think it's a buy. Let's check out seasonality. Very, very seasonally favorable period of time in November and December. So that's a wind at your back. January, not so wonderful. So the video looking good. And with that, folks, I'm going to say everybody have a very profitable trading day. And I will talk to you tomorrow and tomorrow night, Thursday night, Stock Charts Live. That's where we review the health of the overall markets, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a link below to get alerted of when we go live. Enter your email address. You get a 15-minute alert. You can click that notification bell. That'll only notify you when we do go live, and sometimes it doesn't work. So the best bet, enter your email address on that 15-minute alert below in the video description area, and you'll get notified. If you're already on our email list, don't re-enter it. I don't want you to get 2 emails. All right, that's it, folks. Have a profitable trading day, and be well.